Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Nigel.
And we're from DNA Web Development, and this is the next video in our Q&A series where you guys can submit any questions that you have about websites, design, development, SSL, e-commerce, online stores, social media, whatever you guys would like to know. Send us in the questions and we will answer them for you on video. Okay, the first question that was sent in is about e-commerce, and Nigel is DNA Web's e-commerce online store expert. So Nigel, why do I need an online store?
That's a really good question. In Australia, the retail space has changed quite a bit in the last 10 years. In the Roy Morgan report in 2014, 50.3% of consumers shopped online in Australia. Between 2013 and 2016, National Australia Bank showed a growth of $6 billion in online sales. These figures have obviously increased in 2016 and beyond, and is reflected in the National Australia Bank report on e-commerce sales. According to the Nelson report, 82% of Australians spend 23 hours a week online. That translates to 19 million people. When you think about those numbers, it's quite a staggering figure. 94% of those people are aged between 25 and 35 years of age. Social media audience in Australia is quite a large audience. 57% of Australians have a Facebook account. This translates to an audience of 13 million people that your business can advertise to. Promoting your business on social media should be an important part of a company's advertising budget. Also, incorporating an e-commerce solution into your business plan is a must-have in Australian retail space at this point in time. I don't see that changing. I see it increasing, and if you don't have a web shop as part of your retail operation, you're definitely missing out on sales that you could have.
Okay, second question is building an online store expensive?
Yes and no. It can be expensive, and what you need to do is be prepared to be shopping online with pictures of your products, a spreadsheet of pricing, description, and an item code, and have a clear plan of what you wish to achieve with your online store.
Yeah.
So I'd say social media definitely needs to be part of that plan as well, because I'm sure you can build a web shop, but you need to funnel people there and get those people onto your website to buy your products. So it's just like any other sort of sales, you got to promote your product to sell it.
Yeah. And with the preparation, we've had clients at both end of the scale who have been really well prepared, and we were able to build the store fairly quickly.
Yep.
And then we've had clients who are not prepared at all.
Yep.
And we've had to do a lot of work, and it's taking a long time to get the store going.
Yep. Images are one of the biggest issues is images. Having images of your product which are good and will work well on a web shop is quite important.
Yeah.
A lot of manufacturers themselves will actually supply you images if you ask, and that's generally the best way. The other way is we can take the photos for you, which we have our own camera and equipment to do that and process the images. That's where it becomes, it can increase the cost of the web store, because that's a fairly involved process that takes a lot of time to get right.
Yeah. And for SEO purposes, suppliers will give you descriptions, but if you're using the same description as every other other person selling the same product, it's going to make SEO a lot harder.
Yeah. You got to spend time to set your web store apart from everyone else in the same space. So You're selling product XYZ. Why are people going to look at your product rather than look at someone else's website with the same product? So the more time you spend in developing your brand as a complete package, it'll pay off in the long run.
So if you're interested in building an online store, or you just want to know more about it, don't hesitate to get in contact with us, and we will happily meet with you and discuss things.
Yep.
Okay, our last question for this week is directed right at me, and it is, why does Dave talk about Google so much? So in Australia, Google has the market share. They have 95% of the market on search. Bing has around 4%, and Yahoo has less than 1%. So that's why we focus so much of our attention on what Google wants from SEO. And Bing has adopted a lot of what Google wants out of SEO as well. So that's why we focus so much of our attention on Google.
The other important factor about Google is getting your SEO correct with your online store. This is very important to increase the traffic flow and to make sure you've got a good domain authority with Google as well. You know, you keep Google happy, they'll send you people to your website.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all about building your brand and separating yourself from other people in the market. The main reason you want to develop a decent brand online is the same reason you do it with your retail store. You want people to see you as a destination and come to your web shop.
Yep, exactly. Okay, thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you have any questions about anything to do with websites, SEO, online stores, WordPress, whatever, anything to do with anything online, send them through to us and we will answer them in our next video, and we might see Nigel again in the next video. Maybe. Anyway, thanks for watching, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and see you next time.
See ya.